The Golden State Warriors are still the only NBA team that has yet to make any moves this offseason, as fans are growing concerned about their lack of change after coming off a second-round playoff exit. Of course, the Warriors made a huge move at February's trade deadline by acquiring six-time All-Star Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat, but many feel like they need more in order to compete for a championship. On Wednesday, the Warriors struck out on another opportunity. The Phoenix Suns and Bradley Beal have reportedly agreed to a contract buyout, but Beal is choosing to sign with the LA Clippers after he clears waivers. Via Shams Charania. Breaking, three-time NBA All-Star Bradley Beal has agreed to a contract buyout with the Phoenix Suns and plans to join the Los Angeles Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after clearing waivers, Mark Bartelstein told ESPN. The Warriors were one of a few teams linked to Beal ahead of his expected buyout with the Suns, but the front office missed out. However, they reportedly missed out because they were hesitant to dig deeper into their pockets. A new report from Clutch Point's Brett Siegel reveals that the Warriors would not offer Beal more than the minimum. Via Brett Siegel, the Bucks made a very strong push to sign Bradley Beal, who is interested in MIL, league sources told at Clutch Points. The Heat were only able to offer a minimum contract after trading for Norman Powell. Golden State also wasn't willing to offer more than the minimum. While many would send props to a franchise not willing to overpay on an aging star who is coming off a mediocre season, the Warriors are in a position where they might need to take a risk on a potential difference-maker. Beal is reportedly signing with the Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal, which many would have hoped the Warriors were capable of offering. As the Golden State Warriors head into the 2025-26 season, it is obvious that the team is going to do everything they can to get one more championship out of the veteran core of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and the newly acquired Jimmy Butler. But Jonathan Kuminga is also going to play a big part in that dream becoming a reality, and it's become very clear that the team needs him to buy into a crucial role that may be less glamorous than he might desire. That is what makes this situation such a challenging one for Golden State. Kuminga has always had the athletic tools to shine, and he has the speed and scoring instincts to look like a future all-star in the right context. But that right context has never been one that prioritizes team-first basketball and defensive responsibility. That is what Steve Kerr's system is built on, and it is why Kuminga has never fully taken the leap many expected. What makes this even more frustrating is that he could thrive if he simply leaned into what is being asked of him. There is a legitimate pathway for him to become one of the most effective two-way forwards in the league if he commits to cutting hard, defending with purpose, and embracing the energy role the Warriors want him to fill. But that has not consistently been the version of Kuminga that shows up. And at this point, it feels fair to question whether it ever will. Kuminga has to fully commit to playing his role on the Warriors. The Warriors have tried to nurture his development and have given him chances to grow. But the additions around him make his standing with the team more complicated than ever. Curry is still operating at a high level, and Draymond remains the team's defensive heartbeat. Jimmy Butler, while no longer at his peak, is still wired to win and has a voice in that locker room. Golden State has no room for passive buy-in. Kuminga's desire to be more than a role player is understandable. There is a real chance he could blossom into a top-3 option on a rebuilding team elsewhere. But that is not what the Warriors are building toward right now, given that they're trying to maximize the final stretch of Curry's career and make one last deep playoff run with a veteran-laden group. If Kuminga cannot fit into that equation, then he'll find himself on the outside looking in. This formula could still work out in theory if Kuminga decides to take the leap mentally. But based on the way his usage has fluctuated and the consistent whispers about his long-term outlook in Golden State, the writing might already be on the wall. After the Golden State Warriors were eliminated from the 2025 NBA playoffs, head coach Steve Kerr made it clear that the team's #1 offseason priority was to add a true center, thereby allowing Draymond Green to return to his natural role of power forward. Ever since Kerr made those comments, the Warriors have been linked with numerous centers, specifically veteran big man Al Horford. However, ESPN's Mark Spears reported that Horford had yet to make up his mind on joining the Warriors and was considering retirement as of the second week of July. Fadeaway World proposed a Warriors trade that would help the team pivot from Horford and instead add the younger Jarrett Allen, a former one-time All-Star. Warriors would receive Jarrett Allen. Cavaliers would receive Moses Moody, Goe Santos, 2028 first-round pick. How proposed Warriors trade helps. The proposed trade would allow the Warriors to add a long-term center. Allen, 27, has progressively improved every season in the NBA and could potentially reach a new level playing next to the likes of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Green. It's a deal that reflects the Warriors' shifting priorities, read the article. Horford, at 39, would have been a short-term veteran solution, likely a stopgap for a year or two. Allen, at 27, offers longevity and interior defense, but at the cost of future cap space. If Golden State believes Allen can be a core piece in their post-Splash Brothers era, this trade may be the smarter play. Allen averaged 13.5 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 0.9 blocks in his fifth season with the Cavaliers. The Texas alum has averaged 12.8 points and 9.2 rebounds through 8 seasons in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers, the team with the highest payroll entering the 2026-27 season, can shed some salary off their books and play Evan Mobley at the 5 spot. The Cavaliers are currently facing significant financial pressure. With Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen all on major deals, or set to be, Cleveland is tiptoeing around the punitive second apron introduced in the latest CBA, read the article. Draymond can't keep playing center. Be it Allen or Horford, the Warriors desperately need a new center. In the 5-game series against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Green started at the 5, a ploy that didn't work against a team that relentlessly attacked the paint. Green, an exceptional weak-side defender, often covers for his teammates' lapses. However, he could not double up as a rim protector in the playoffs, leading to Golden State's demise. That's precisely why Kerr felt it was unfair on Green to play the 5 spot, a sentiment that the latter felt grateful for after the playoffs. As far as what Steve said, God bless his heart, Green said in response to Kerr's comments via NBC Sports Bay Area. It was real because playing the 5, it's hard. And I'm always down to do it, as you know, like any challenge you throw my way, I'll take on the challenge. But it's hard battling every night guys who outweigh me by 60 to 80 pounds, and they're 4 inches or 5 inches, 7 inches taller than me. It does take a toll,